Hey, how's it going, my bone? SilverDFanng with more YouTube reactions. We got more search party. The country no one thought would dominate sumo. I've been getting into sumo. I find it so fascinating as a sport and, like, I guess a culture. And this really hit a sweet spot for me. Enjoy. Okay. Search party. We've done a couple of search party videos. I like their style. We've seen them talk about FIFA and the Olympics. This one is interesting. The country no one expected to dominate sumo. Motivation is also hard, Fang, for people to overcome. When starting, some lose it early. Yeah. It's rough. It is rough. You need to have a thick skin, and you need to truly love being a creative person. Because it will be rough. Just like sumo.
Hope everyone enjoys it here. Please follow the stream.
Two gigantic dudes, a circle. First one out or down loses.
I should say, I the last couple of years, I've learned so much about sumo. It is such a fascinating sport to me. Like, it is a lot more than just two big dudes slapping each other. There's so much culture, history, technique. It is so fascinating.
You probably also know it's big in Japan, the only place where it's a professional sport. But what you may not know is that Japanese wrestlers don't dominate sumo. Here's a list of the last 10 to claim the top ranking. 3 are Japanese, 1 is American, and the rest are all from the same country.
Is it Russia?
Not China.
Mongolia?
Korea. It's not even in East Asia. This country is further
Mongolia!
west and only has 3 million people.
Okay, to be fair, Mongolia also has a traditional sumo-style wrestling. It's a little bit different, but it's enough where if a good Mongolian wrestler went to Japan and did sumo, they did have a leg up.
It's Mongolia.
Yeah, Mongolia!
So the victory goes to the Mongolian.
For the last 25 years, Mongolians have dominated sumo.
I love their flag.
Even as Japan stacks the odds heavily against them.
Yeah, he'll probably talk about it, but so to be a professional sumo, you need to be a part of a stable. Stables actually have a rule where you can only have one foreigner per stable. It's disgusting. I love Japan, but Japan is very, when it comes to their businesses and their practices, xenophobic. The people themselves, very welcoming.
Unusual moves, Mongolian type techniques.
So how did Mongolians do it? And what does it mean for a sport so distinctly Japanese?
You're right, Shadow. A common misconception, I feel everyone thinks sumo wrestlers are just fat when it really is fat. Yeah. No, their diets are high in protein, high in, like, vegetables. They're getting good, like, they're getting good fats. They're getting good muscle growers. They also train from, like, 7 to 7 p.m. It is not just fat. It is like muscle on fat. Grand champion!
Baseball's been the national sport in America for about 1 century. Football's been England's for about 1.5. But sumo has been Japan's for 20.
Yep, it goes back far.
As a religious dance for men to display their strength to the gods, then a way for warriors to spar. Around the 17th century, sumo evolved into a professional sport.
Damn, someone drew that ass really well.
But continued to be much, much more.
Sumo is not a sport. It's religion in a form of a sport.
One very early morning last week, I reached Ter, the Tokyo-based creator behind the Sumo Stew YouTube channel.
Sumo is a Shinto sport. Shinto is the indigenous religion of Japan. Japanese people don't really practice that much Shinto. However, they do acknowledge it as part of their culture per se, and that's how you should see sumo.
Before every bout, wrestlers clap to attract the attention of the gods, raise their arms to show they don't have weapons, and stomp to crush evil spirits. Then they begin. Win by pushing your opponent out of the circle, or get any part of him, other than his feet, to touch the ground.
There's a lot of strategy to it. I recommend there's a Twitch channel called Midnight Sumo. It's in English, and they do a really good job of getting people the info they need, and also they do cover all of the sumo tournaments, and they do replays. And then there's a anime called Hinamatsu Sumo that's so good.
And it is always a him.
Oh, also there is a Netflix show called Sanctuary, which I also recommend.
Pro sumo is strictly for men.
It's
unlike
getting...
other combat sports.
So, it used to be. They are starting to let women be professional sumo wrestlers. It's gradual, but they are allowing women to take a part.
Sumo does not have weight classes, so the bigger, the better.
Yeah,
but
that's...
becoming a pro sumo wrestler takes a lot more than genetics.
That is true. There's no weight class.
As teenagers, sumo wrestlers move into special homes called stables, where they wake up at 5 in the morning, train rigorously for hours, consume gallons of this ultra-protein-rich stew, and repeat every day for years.
Yep.
Even the way that sumo wrestlers walk when they waddle, it's actually to train their muscles for stability. They live, drink, breathe sumo.
Wrestlers compete in tournaments to climb up these 11 official rankings, but only those in the top 5 get much media attention and money. About 42 out of 700 wrestlers. At the very top is the Yokozuna, or Grand Champion. It's a special ranking, awarded by a council of officials and prominent Japanese figures to wrestlers who win 2 or more major tournaments in a row. And, just as importantly, act disciplined and stoic in and out of the arena.
It's a religion. You need to be a saint, especially if you hold the highest rank in sumo.
Yokozuna,
which is not easy, because to win a tournament, it will be about probably 8 people in your division, or actually sometimes it's up to 16. You fight everyone else, and you win if your win percentage is better than other people.
are a rare achievement.
It ain't easy.
There have only been 74 in the last 393
Yeah,
years.
it's not easy to be Yokozuna.
Japan worked for centuries to keep sumo Japanese. But in the 1970s, it had a huge problem.
Hawaiians!
Japanese people still loved watching it, but few wanted to do it. So I learned about this story from a fan. I had never watched sumo wrestling before, nor had I ever covered Mongolia.
It's Battle
But I
Royale
love the
sumo
challenge
style.
of going out, talking to whoever might have the answers, and going wherever I could find more information about this. That's what makes good journalism on YouTube.
Yeah.
But obviously, going wherever the internet takes you comes with some risk.
Yeah.
Probably less privacy, definitely more spam, text messages.
Oh, okay.
And in the worst case, it could lead to identity fraud. Now, I stay safe thanks to my also how your personal information could end up in the hands of. That's exactly what Incogni does for me. And it takes 3 easy. We're going to take you back to Japan in the 1970s. In the 1970s, Japan was becoming a wealthy country.
Yep.
More men could make a living in finance or tech, comfortable jobs that paid well. But it meant fewer felt a desire or need to choose the grueling sumo lifestyle.
Yeah, the 70s and the 80s in Japan was the technological boom for them. It's why we see a lot of more creativity and a lot more experimental stuff in anime, in movies, in their culture, in everything. Because most of them had way more money than they knew what to do with. And unlike Westerners who hoard it, they put it into shit,
causing recruitment levels to plunge. Desperate for wrestlers, the Japan Sumo Association started encouraging stables to recruit foreigners. The first stop was Hawaii.
Yeah.
Japanese immigrants had brought sumo there decades before, so many men were familiar with it. They also tended to have large athletic physiques. Chad Rowan was 6 feet 8 inches and 330 pounds when sumo recruiters met him in the 1980s. They invited him and a few other Hawaiians and Samoans to train
Samoans is a good one. Hawaiian, Russians do also have a bunch of them.
Non-Japanese Yokozuna. He was 100 pounds heavier and had taken a Japanese ring name, Akabono Taro, which means New Dawn.
Aww. Aww. He became a Yokozuna when I was born. Aw, I like you. Yay! That's my Yokozuna. My Hawaiian.
While sumo recruiters clearly found some winners in Hawaii, it hit the jackpot in Mongolia.
Oh yeah, Mongolia is also big.
Wrestling, archery, and horse racing, the famous traditional sports of Mongolia, known as the land of blue skies.
Mongolians also consider wrestling a national sport. Their style is called bok,
Yep.
and it's a lot like sumo.
The wrestlers use a series of peculiar tricks called the 13 Tricks of Man.
When sumo recruiters arrived in Mongolia, there were only 2 million people, and around half were nomadic herders. But nearly every boy wrestled and needed a job. While Japan's economy grew, Mongolia shrunk because its ally and patron, the Soviet Union, had just collapsed. Meaning for many Mongolian boys, a chance to make money as a sumo wrestler was worth the risk.
Which again, a sport that's very similar to something that they grew up playing. Just like every Canadian played some part of hockey, even if they're not good at it. Every American has touched a football or a baseball. Anyone in the world has touched a soccer ball. Mongolians, even if they didn't get really into it, they know how to wrestle.
In 1992, a group of 6 went to train in Japan. One reached the 4th best rank after
the
just 5
Mongol
years,
6.
and another would reach the 3rd in 2003. It turned out Mongolian wrestlers had some real advantages. The first was their size. Mongolian wrestlers tended to be taller than the Japanese. Their longer limbs give them more reach to grab their opponents and leverage to lift them. I'll let the Mongolian wrestler Asashoryu demonstrate.
Now he's in a really dangerous position. There it
Ooh! That was a good takedown.
Mongolians also tend to be leaner and lighter, and therefore quicker. Again, Asashoryu.
Asashoryu, some 30 kilos lighter. He's getting round behind, and from that grip round behind, he just spins a much bigger man over.
These qualities combined with a second advantage. When Mongolians arrived on the scene, sumo strategy was focused on size and brute strength, like how Hawaiian-born Akapono would literally steamroll his opponents out of the ring.
Well, it's over pretty quickly, Sumo.
But bok strategy emphasizes ways to use an opponent's weight against them. This move, the leg hook, is a great example. The Mongolians started deploying it against their often bigger sumo opponents.
Which you see often now in modern sumo.
Effect.
You see the leg hook so much.
Asashoryu stopped the charge of the much heavier wrestler. Asashoryu sidesteps him a bit, locks on tight, gets round behind, grabs his leg at the same time. Typical Mongolian sumo there, they're very good at those leg grabs.
These were already techniques that were deployed in the 1,000-year history of sumo. It's just that the Mongolians are just so much better at it. It's just a match made in heaven.
A steady stream of Mongolians continued to enter sumo through the 1990s. And by 2003, they were starting to dominate the top ranks when a Mongolian was named a Yokozuna.
Hey!
It was
Asashoryu!
an achievement that sparked immense pride in Mongolia. But for some, it was a problem.
Time for Japanese
Now, even though these
xenophobia!
Mongolian wrestlers trained in Japanese stables and even took Japanese ring names, being accepted in Japan wasn't always seamless. Asashoryu sometimes acted aggressively in the ring and even celebrated his big victories.
I like him.
He's the epitome of kind of Mongolian attitude, which is that bravado is something to be proud of.
But it made some in Japan feel like they weren't acting the way a sumo wrestler should, and therefore their dominance was making sumo less Japanese.
There's a good, again, Sanctuary, Netflix, talks about the more modern, edgier style. And he wasn't Mongolian, he was straight up Japanese. And he fought with the Federation.
There's the Japanese culture, and then now there's the Shinto religion on it. You're a foreigner coming into that. No matter what you do, you'll never be Japanese, and it will cause problems if you have this weight of a moral, cultural sport on your shoulders, especially if you hold the highest rank in sumo.
In 2003, the Japan Sumo Association restricted the number of foreign wrestlers to 1 per stable.
Yep.
Cutting the amount of Mongolians in sumo to just a few dozen per year.
Yep, talked about this.
But that didn't stop them from dominating the top ranks, because the best in Mongolia are the best anywhere, and few could match their motivation to succeed.
They have to make it, because they're motivated by greener pastures, and this is their greener pasture.
The data is staggering. By 2016, Mongolians made up only about 5% of all pro sumo wrestlers in Japan, but in the top division, they made up 25% and almost 100% of the champions. Out of the 10 Yokozuna in the last 25 years, 6 are Mongolians, including one who's considered the GOAT.
Hakuho
Sho holds the record for most wins in the top division and the most major tournament wins.
Hakuho
13 more than the next best.
Oh,
The
damn.
only Yokozuna active right now is also Mongolian, just named in January 2025. He's a great example of just how much Mongolian style has influenced sumo.
His matches are just technically so savvy. It's all about adaptability. It's all about how you're so fast in the ring to be able to counter. It's a technical game now.
Today, a few Mongolians have become businessmen and politicians back
Good.
home.
They deserve
Some have
it.
started their own stables.
Aww.
While those still
Aww. 1
become
second.
businessmen and politicians back home. Some have
Oh, look at this little chubby Mongolian. Who wants to conquer the world of sumo? You do.
started their own stables, while those still wrestling in Japan are more accepted and deeply respected. The Mongolians have also injected a healthy rivalry into sumo.
Japanese people love Hakuho. Japanese people love Asashoryu, Haruma Fuji, Kakuryu. Right now, it's like, the Japanese are a bit of an underdog in their own sports. They're very excited to have a Japanese Yokozuna, but it doesn't mean because they hate the Mongolians.
That's for the best, because Mongolians won't stop dominating sumo anytime soon. Which makes me wonder, who else could be really, really good at sumo? The number of Japanese willing to sign up for sumo continues to dwindle. Just 53 signed up in 2023, almost 200 less than in the 1990s. It still comes down to mostly economics, as well as Japan's declining birth rate, which is shrinking the talent pool. But thanks
it's hard to keep up with your xenophobic ways when no one in your country making babies.
to the success of the Hawaiians and Mongolians, more countries are sending talented wrestlers to Japan.
Yep. So this is what I was looking for. Yeah, a lot of Eastern European countries also got into sumo.
Bulgarian has already reached the second best rank. So has an Estonian. Kazakhstan has always produced great wrestlers and currently has one in the 5th best ranking. Right now, though, all eyes are on Ukraine, who also has 2 wrestlers in the 5th best ranking. Rising fast.
Didn't know about the Ukrainians.
This guy made the top division after just 9 tournaments, tying him for the fastest ascent by a wrestler since 1958.
Damn!
Some have written that he could one day be a Yokozuna.
Good on him!
So while sumo wrestlers may be coming from a wider variety of places, the tradition they represent remains the same.
Sumo will survive no matter what's gonna happen. Sumo is Japan, and Japan is sumo.
All right, thanks for watching Search Party. We've been dark for a couple weeks, but we're back. We've got a...
That was really fun. Some of that I already knew. A lot I learned. I knew Mongolia did really well. I didn't realize how dominant they've been. I knew about the Eastern European front showing up, which is kind of cool. I sadly knew about the limitations they put on foreigners per stable. Americans have a warped version of wrestling and unfortunately don't really know what Shinto is. So, outside of Hawaii, I don't think there's been another American sumo, but there has been a few Hawaiian sumo champions. But no, most Americans don't know what Shinto is. Same with Canadians and Western. Sumo, yeah, sumo is still seen as a joke. It's getting a little bit better because anime's getting a little bit bigger and animators understand that sumo is more than just fat people. But there's still an idea that it is a sport for fat people. That if you want to be an athlete but you're fat, be a sumo wrestler, which is not accurate. That was great. Okay. Thanks for checking out this video. Check me out on Twitch, SilverDFanng, 2 N's in Fang. Check me out on Twitter and Blue Sky under the same name. Also TikTok. Have a great night.